Cal, it's been almost a week since the defeat here to Bedford Town. How do you feel about that game now, having had a week to reflect?
Disappointed. Whenever we drop points, disappointed. But particularly with the type of performance, and it's been a frustrating start to the season. Naturally, that draws a lot of attention, and we're not happy with the position that we're in, and I own that. My biggest frustration during the week is probably the accusation and the allegation that I won't come and front up by not doing a post-match interview after a game when I'm involved in meetings as to how to take the club forwards that took place within 20 minutes of the final whistle. I'll come and front up in the media, whether that is the club media, externally. You'll see me fronting up at 10-3 at Cambridge. You'll see me standing there and I'll recognise the magnificent away support. If people want to boo, jeer, get things off their chest and aim that at me, please do at 10-3, and then get right behind the players for that game. So that's the only thing that's got under my skin any more than the result. I was frustrated with the manner of it, to concede the goals when, if we're not going to do jobs, allocated jobs at 2 set piece moments, and concede 2 goals from the opposition's 3 attempts on goal. If we're going to have 20 attempts on goal and be that wasteful, that's not good enough. We're falling short of the standards that we've set over the years, and I mean that in recent years. The calendar year has been a really good one for the football club, to be in the competition proper of the FA Cup, to have achieved what we achieved last year and coming so close to that promotion. But at the moment, results like Saturday, and they will sting, respectfully. The size of this club, football is changing, whether people like it or not, and what has often been the way traditionally, things are moving on. But to have an unbeaten home record ended like that, with so many wins in there as well, so many points picked up here, so many good moments at home, playoff wins, to have that ended in the way that we did, I was furious, still am. The reaction to that has got to come in the league. That's got to come, not in 1 game, not in 2 games. There has to be a recognition of where we're falling short. We've done that, and there are 4 key areas that we've done a lot of work. We've worked tirelessly, I'll be honest, reviewing not just Saturday's game, but the opening 13 league games before moving on to the FA Cup. And numbers don't lie. And we're big on that. We want to reflect and analyse stuff, not to make yourself feel better, to be able to have really honest conversations with the group. And we found that, and you can see where goals against are coming from. You can see areas where we're falling short, and you can see why we aren't winning the games. That's on me to resolve, and I'm looking forward to that challenge. That are we still having the conversations that we were having when I took this job in 2022, after some success, not the success, but some success along the way. Okay, I can't change that. I can't change what people write and what people say. I can get on with the job in hand. And the reaction that's required from the group needs to look different in terms of performance, but not for 1 game, not for 2 games. We need to show that we can put a run of form together that shows why we should be competing for those playoffs, which isn't something that's always been easy to do, but we know what's required. Talking about it's cheap, we need to go and action that. But that reaction, that's in the league, that's points returns, and once we get a monumental day for the football club out of the way on Saturday, we need to turn our attentions to that really quickly, and we know exactly what's required.
You speak about the reaction we need to see from the lads on the pitch. How has it been in training this week? How's that reaction been within the group?
So I don't mind sharing not the detail. I don't think that's fair. Conversation took place after the game Saturday with those above me and the staff. That carried on into Sunday as a first thing Sunday morning, right the way through to the close of play. A lot of conversations with players as individuals, and then as a group on Tuesday morning. And everyone is hurting about our start to the season. It's the points return and it's the draws column. Realistically, if 2 of those draws had been wins, we'd be in a different position with a game in hand, but they aren't, and that's of our doing. We've looked at every single aspect of performance and what that looks like, and like I say, data, numbers, irrefutable facts doesn't lie. The manner of the goals, a second phase set piece on Saturday, for want of a better phrase, and then a free kick into the box against 10 men. To play against 10 men at home on Saturday and draw a period, not the game, I'm not being ridiculous, to play against 10 men and not even win a half of the game for how long they had 10 men is criminal, and we need to own that, and I'll own that more than anyone, trust me. But the reaction that's required on the pitch is results, it's wins, it's performances. Off the pitch, we've made really clear to the players the areas that we're falling short in, how we're going to tackle that around the place, and we can. And respectfully, I've shown that we can. Year after year, difficult moments, positive moments, we've put the football club in positions in recent years that it hadn't been previously, whether people like that or not. We need to do that again, and the work for that, once we get through a really exciting tie at the weekend, the attention will turn to the league quite quickly. But I recognise how important Saturday is for everyone associated with the football club. We feel that as well as a group. I feel that as the manager, and my staff do as well. And that FA Cup game is something you always want to be involved in. History would show it can be difficult balancing the two competitions, but we need to go and show the best version of ourselves on Saturday, and that would have been true regardless of what last weekend's result was. But after that, a intense run of fixtures in November, that month in November will define where we go after that. Are we in for the scrap? I am. Are we in for the challenge? I hope so, and that's going to require absolutely everyone. It's entirely unfair and unrealistic to demand anything out the supporters, to ask the supporters for anything. We've got to do it on the pitch. We intend to do that in that run of league games and start putting some points on the board.
And obviously, as you mentioned a few times there, it's a big day for the football club on Saturday. How much are you looking forward to that test?
Yeah, looking forward to it because we've earned it, and we've not won enough games in the league, but we've had as many wins in the FA Cup as we've had in the league, and we've shown that we can win games. We've already caused an upset, beating a full-time side, a big club in the division above. We've won it on the pitch here against the side in our division, probably our best display of the season, and we've gone and avoided a banana skin on the road at a side 2 divisions below. We knew what that was like, to be favourites to win a game. We have the total opposite mentality, and we'll go there not for a day out, not for a free hit, not to experience anything other than we're going to compete for a place in the second round of the FA Cup. It's going to be tough playing a side with among the best home records, if not the best home record in the English Football League at the moment. A side with talent, quality, physicality, managed by someone with real experience in the Championship, against us, the part-timers, the non-league outfit. I'm sure our supporters will be fair and will adopt the same mentality that we had when we went to Staley Bridge, and how the shoe had to be on our foot to control the game. But you know what? We'll have a plan. Saturday for me, the first time the football club have played against league opposition in 11 years. I remember the last game and the last time we did that. They are brilliant opportunities for the supporters to see their football club do something special. I recognise where the supporters might be with me at the moment. I hope the players that have earned what they've earned on the pitch in this year's FA Cup, for those boys that have been at the club a number of years, that backing, that magnificent following that are going on Saturday, please get right behind the players, and let's showcase the football club the best way that we can, back in the FA Cup, back in the competition proper, and we're going there with a mentality of, can we go and cause that upset?